My beloved brothers and sisters, today I wish to remind you of a truth that many of us overlook in the rush of daily life. Wealth is not found by chasing it, but by turning towards the one who owns it. How often do we see people running tirelessly after money, sacrificing their health, their family, and even their connection with Allah, yet never finding peace? And how often do we see those who have very little in their hands, yet their hearts are overflowing with contentment and blessings? The reality is, when you make money your ultimate pursuit, it will always run ahead of you, leaving you restless and unsatisfied. But when you focus on pleasing Allah, living with sincerity, and fulfilling your duties, you will see how effortlessly sustenance finds its way to you. Provision is written, and no one can take what Allah has decreed for you. The one who believes this walks through life with a calm heart, not consumed by fear of loss or obsession with gain. Remember, money itself is not evil, it is a tool. But when your heart clings to it, it becomes a chain that enslaves you. The moment you release that chain and fix your trust upon Allah, you begin to notice doors of opportunity opening in ways you never imagined. Wealth flows to the one who is detached from greed, who lives in gratitude, and who understands that real richness is not in the pocket, but in the soul. So, let us journey together into this reminder, how to stop chasing money blindly and instead align ourselves with the wisdom that when you seek Allah sincerely, He sends provision in ways that no effort of yours could ever guarantee. And when that happens, not only do you find wealth, but you also find peace, purpose, and the sweetness of faith. My beloved brothers and sisters, it is very important for us to understand where wealth truly comes from. Many people think that if they work day and night, if they never rest, if they sacrifice their families and their health, they will somehow secure unlimited wealth and happiness. But in reality, no matter how much effort you put in, no matter how much you run after this world, if Allah has not written it for you, it will never come to you. And at the same time, if Allah has written something for you, no power on earth can stop it from reaching you. This is the beauty of belief, the comfort of knowing that your sustenance is already in the hands of your Creator. When we say wealth comes from Allah, it is not only the money in your hand or the property you own. It is the food on your table, the health in your body, the smile on your children's faces, the moments of peace in your heart, and the blessings you sometimes don't even notice. Some people may not have large bank balances, but their lives are filled with tranquility, their homes are full of love, and they live each day with gratitude. This is wealth in its purest form. On the other hand, there are people who own millions, who possess everything material that others dream of, but they spend sleepless nights in anxiety, broken relationships, and endless fear of losing what they have. Is that true wealth? No, it is slavery to possessions. We must remind ourselves that Allah is Al-Razak, the provider. He has promised sustenance for every creature that walks on the earth. The bird does not wake up in the morning knowing where its food will come from, yet it goes out, makes the effort, and Allah places its provision along the way. Similarly, we too must work, but our work should be balanced with faith. We strive in what is halal, we avoid what is haram, and then we place our trust in Allah. The mistake many make is to believe that their effort alone is the cause of wealth. Effort is a means, yes, but the outcome is from Allah alone. If effort alone guaranteed wealth, then every laborer who works the hardest would be the richest person. But we see that it is not like that. Wealth is a test, my brothers and sisters. Some are tested with plenty, others are tested with little. Allah watches how you react. Do you become arrogant when you have wealth, or do you remain humble and grateful? Do you despair when you have less, or do you remain patient and hopeful? Real wealth is not in the numbers, but in the state of your heart. The Prophet told us that true richness is the richness of the soul. When your heart is content with what Allah has given you, you are the richest person alive. Sadly, Today's world has made many of us believe that we are poor if we don't own the latest gadgets, the biggest houses, or the fastest cars. We compare our lives with others, and that comparison robs us of contentment. But remember, Allah never judges you by what you have in your hands. He judges you by what is in your heart. A small meal eaten with gratitude is more valuable in the sight of Allah than a feast consumed with arrogance. A life of simplicity lived with faith is far more honorable than a life of luxury that distances you from your Creator. So let us correct our mindset. Wealth is not about chasing, hoarding, or competing. Wealth is about recognizing the blessings you already have and seeking increase through lawful means while keeping your trust in Allah. When you realize that Allah is the true source of wealth, you stop panicking about the future. You work, you plan, you put in your effort, but deep down you know that your provision is safe because it is written by the one who never makes mistakes. That realization brings peace, and that peace is itself one of the greatest forms of wealth. My beloved brothers and sisters, let us reflect for a moment on how many people in today's world spend their entire lives running after money. From the moment they wake up until the time they fall asleep, their minds are consumed by the thought of how to earn more, how to gather more, and how to compete with others in this endless race. Yet, despite all their efforts, despite the long hours, the sleepless nights, and the sacrifices, many of them find themselves empty inside. They may have filled their pockets, but their hearts remain void of peace. They may have gathered wealth, but their souls remain thirsty. Why does this happen? It happens because money alone was never meant to fill the emptiness of the human heart. Allah created us with a need far greater than material possessions. We were created to worship Him, to live with purpose, to seek His pleasure. When we replace that purpose with the blind chase of money, we lose our balance. The more we run after wealth for the sake of wealth, the more it runs away from us, leaving us dissatisfied. It is like drinking salty water. The more you drink, the thirstier you become. Think about the stories we hear every day. A man works day and night, building a business, amassing wealth, but he loses his health along the way. Another person sacrifices his family, never spending time with his spouse or children, all because he is too busy making money. Later in life, when he looks back, he realizes that what he thought was success has in fact taken away the most valuable blessings of life. And there are those who earn millions, but their nights are sleepless, their hearts are anxious, and they live in constant fear of losing what they have gathered. What kind of wealth is this if it cannot buy peace? Money in itself is not evil. It is a blessing when used correctly. It can build homes, feed the poor, educate children, and bring comfort to people. But when you chase it excessively, when it becomes your obsession, it begins to control you. You become its slave. You measure your worth by the digits in your account. You compare your possessions with those of others, and you live in a cycle of greed that never ends. No matter how much you have, it will never be enough. There will always be someone richer, always something newer, always a desire that remains unfulfilled. That endless hunger is what leads to discontent. The Quran reminds us that the love of wealth has been beautified for mankind. It is natural to desire comfort, to work for a better life, but when that desire overtakes your heart, it blinds you from the true purpose of life. Wealth is meant to be in your hand, not in your heart. The moment it settles in your heart, you lose peace. That is why we see so many people who seem successful on the outside, but live with depression, brokenness, and emptiness on the inside. They chased money, but lost themselves in the process. True contentment does not come from chasing more. It comes from recognizing what you already have and being grateful for it. When you stop comparing your journey with others and start appreciating your own blessings, you begin to feel peace. A person with a small income who lives with gratitude and spends in halal ways is far richer in reality than the millionaire who lives in constant worry and greed. Because wealth is not measured by how much you own, but by how content you are with what Allah has given you. So, my dear brothers and sisters, do not let money become the center of your life. Work hard, yes, strive for what is halal, yes, but do not lose your heart in the process. Balance your effort with remembrance of Allah, balance your ambition with gratitude, and balance your work with family, health, and worship. If you allow money to dictate your happiness, you will forever be chasing shadows. But if you let Allah dictate your happiness, you will find peace even with little, and once peace enters your heart, you will realize that this is the true treasure, the wealth that no amount of money in this world can buy. My beloved brothers and sisters, one of the most beautiful gifts that Allah grants to His servants is the gift of contentment. Contentment, or Qana'ah, is a treasure that many overlook, yet it is far more valuable than gold, silver, or any possession this world can offer. It is a hidden wealth that settles in the heart, and once you have it, no amount of worldly loss can truly make you poor, and if you do not have it, then no amount of worldly gain can make you truly rich. Contentment means to be satisfied with what Allah has given you, whether it is little or much. It does not mean laziness, nor does it mean giving up effort. Rather, it means that after you have worked, after you have tried your best, you accept what comes your way with gratitude and peace. You do not complain, you do not compare your life endlessly with others, and you do not destroy your own happiness by chasing what was never written for you. When your heart rests in the decree of Allah, you taste a sweetness that the richest of people may never know. How many people have the latest cars, the biggest homes, and the most luxurious possessions, yet they are never satisfied? They always want the next upgrade, the next luxury, the next symbol of status. Their lives are filled with stress because their desires are endless. But then you see someone with very little, maybe just a small home, simple meals, and basic clothing, yet they live with a smile on their face, a heart full of gratitude, and nights of peaceful sleep. What is the difference? It is Qana'ah. It is the hidden treasure of being content with what Allah has already placed in your life. The Prophet reminded us that richness is not in the abundance of wealth, but richness is the richness of the soul. This means that if your heart is content, you are already rich, regardless of your bank account. But if your heart is greedy, then no matter how much you gather, you will always feel poor. It is greed that makes a person miserable, not poverty. And it is contentment that makes a person rich, not money. When you live with contentment, you see blessings where others see problems. A person may look at their old clothes and feel embarrassed, but the one who is content will thank Allah that they are not naked. A person may look at their small home and feel deprived, but the one who is content will thank Allah that they have a roof over their head. A person may look at their simple meal and feel inferior, but the one who is content will thank Allah that they are not hungry. This mindset transforms your entire life. Suddenly, every little thing becomes a reason for gratitude, and that gratitude invites even more blessings into your life. Contentment is not something that can be bought or taught in a classroom. It is a gift from Allah, and He grants it to those who turn their hearts towards Him. When you constantly make dhikr, when you remind yourself of the temporary nature of this world, when you focus on your purpose and not just your possessions, Allah plants contentment in your heart. And once it is there, you will notice that you stop competing with people, you stop feeling envious, and you stop running after things that don't matter. You begin to live with inner peace, and you understand that your real success lies in preparing for the hereafter. My brothers and sisters, think of the peace that comes when you no longer measure your happiness by what others have. Think of the freedom that comes when you stop chasing what was never written for you. Contentment frees you from the prison of comparison, the poison of envy, and the trap of greed. It allows you to enjoy your life as it is, to thank Allah for every small blessing, and to focus your energy on what truly matters: worship, family, kindness, and preparing for eternity. So ask Allah constantly for this hidden treasure. Pray for a heart that is content, for a soul that is grateful, and for eyes that see the blessings already present in your life. Because if you have Qana'ah, you are the richest person alive. And if you don't, even if you own the whole world, you will still feel empty. My beloved brothers and sisters, one of the greatest truths of life is that when you place Allah first, everything else falls into its proper place. But when you place Allah last, you will find yourself chasing endlessly after things that never bring satisfaction. Many people think that if they dedicate their lives to prayer, to remembrance, to living according to Allah's commands, they will lose out on opportunities, they will fall behind in wealth, or they will miss their share of this world. But the reality is the opposite. When you put Allah first, He takes care of your affairs in ways you could never imagine. Sustenance does not come through neglecting your faith, it comes through strengthening it. Some people work through every prayer, never bowing their head to their Maker, thinking that the extra hour at work will increase their income. Yet they fail to realize that the blessing in wealth comes not from ours, but from Allah's Barakah. What is the use of earning thousands if it comes without blessing? It slips away in illnesses, in stress, in debts, in broken families. But when you earn less with Allah's blessing, it stretches, it suffices, and it brings peace to your heart. Reflect on the words of the Prophet who said that if we were to rely upon Allah with true reliance, He would provide for us as He provides for the birds. They leave their nests in the morning hungry, and they return in the evening full. Notice the balance. Birds still go out, they make effort, they fly, they search, but their trust is complete and their sustenance is guaranteed. In the same way, when we prioritize Allah, we still work, we still study, we still strive. But we do it without compromising our faith and with the certainty that Allah will take care of our provision. There are countless examples around us. A person refuses to earn from haram, even though the haram job looks more profitable. He chooses to stay firm upon halal, and Allah opens for him unexpected doors. Another person gives up a business deal because it involves dishonesty, and though he thinks he has lost money, he later finds that Allah blesses him with something far greater. This is the power of trusting Allah. When you sacrifice for His sake, He replaces what you gave up with something better. Sustenance flows to you when your loyalty is to your Creator. My brothers and sisters, the Quran tells us, whoever is mindful of Allah, He will make a way out for him and provide for him from where he never expected. Imagine that Promise Allah Himself guarantees a way out, an unexpected provision for the one who prioritizes Him. This is not theory, it is reality. Many people can testify that when they left haram behind, when they made time for their salah, when they gave in charity even though they felt they had little, Allah opened doors for them that were beyond their imagination. Prioritizing your relationship with Allah also brings peace to your sustenance. You may not become the richest in the world, but what you have will be enough and your heart will be satisfied. Without Allah, wealth feels like a burden. With Allah, even a small income feels like a blessing. And what is the point of money without peace? The one who remembers Allah, the one who trusts Him, lives with the reassurance that whatever is written for them will come, and whatever is not meant for them will never harm them. This reassurance is itself a form of wealth greater than possessions. So, my dear brothers and sisters, do not delay your prayers because of work. Instead, watch how Allah blesses your time. Do not engage in haram income because you fear poverty. Instead, trust that Allah is the provider. Do not think that neglecting your faith will increase your wealth. Instead, know that wealth without Allah is poverty, and poverty with Allah is richness. When you prioritize Allah, sustenance follows you not just in money, but in peace, health, family, and unseen blessings that make life truly rich. My beloved brothers and sisters, money is something we all need, but the real question is, who is in control, you or your money? For some people, money is nothing more than a tool, a servant that they use to build good, to fulfill their needs, and to help others. But for others, money becomes a master. It dictates every decision, it controls every relationship, and it shapes their very identity. The danger is not in having wealth, but in allowing wealth to have you. Think about it carefully. When money becomes your master, your happiness depends on it. If you have more today, you smile. If you lose tomorrow, you break down completely. When money controls you, your entire life revolves around gaining more and fearing loss. You may find yourself sacrificing your honesty, your worship, your family, and even your health just to please this master. And the sad part is, this master never shows mercy. No matter how much you give to it, no matter how much you serve it, it will always demand more. You will never reach satisfaction, because greed has no limits. But when money becomes your servant, it takes its proper place. You use it, but you are never used by it. You control it, and it does not control you. If you have more, you use it wisely. If you have less, you remain at peace, because you know that your dignity is not measured by your possessions. In this way, you rise above the slavery of materialism and live with a free heart. The Prophet warned us that the one who is a slave of gold and silver will never be satisfied. That is a slavery worse than chains on your hands, because it is chains on your soul. Look at how money can destroy when it becomes a master. People break family ties over inheritance. Brothers stop speaking to each other. Sisters turn against one another, simply because they allowed money to dictate their love. Others compromise their faith, abandoning prayer, engaging in haram transactions, lying, cheating, or exploiting others, all because their master demanded it. And there are those who hoard, who never give in charity, who never share, thinking that their wealth will protect them. Yet in reality, it becomes a source of worry, anxiety, and accountability on the day of judgment. Now look at the other side, when money is a servant. Such a person spends freely in the path of Allah without fear of poverty. They see money as a tool to build schools, feed the poor, support the needy, and make life easier for others. Their wealth works for them in this world and awaits them in the next as ongoing charity. They sleep at night with peace because they know their money is not their master. It is simply a servant that they control. This is the beauty of balance. My brothers and sisters, money as a servant brings dignity, but money as a master brings humiliation. If you allow money to rule your life, you will forever be its prisoner. But if you place it in its rightful position, you can walk through life with freedom. Remember, Allah never told us not to earn wealth. In fact, we are encouraged to seek halal income, to work hard, and to provide for our families. But he also reminded us that wealth should never distract us from remembrance of him. If your money takes you closer to Allah, it is a blessing. If it takes you away from Allah, it has become your master, and you must free yourself immediately. So, my beloved brothers and sisters, ask yourself, am I in control of my wealth, or is my wealth in control of me? Use your money, but do not let it use you. Spend it in halal, avoid haram, give in charity, and remember that the real wealth is not what sits in your bank account, but what you send ahead into the hereafter. Let money serve you in this world so that it can testify for you in the next. Never allow it to master your heart, for the only master worthy of your heart is Allah Himself. My beloved brothers and sisters, we have reflected on a reality that many overlook. Money is not the ultimate goal of life, nor is it the measure of success. True wealth comes from Allah alone. When we chase money blindly, it only leads to emptiness, but when we place our trust in Allah, when we cultivate contentment, when we use money as a servant and not a master, we discover the peace that no worldly treasure can buy. Greed closes the heart, while gratitude opens the doors of provision. When you prioritize your relationship with Allah, sustenance comes with ease, and your life gains meaning beyond numbers in an account. The message is simple yet powerful. Turn your heart to Allah, and He will turn the world toward you. Detach from the illusion that chasing wealth will bring you joy. Instead, seek the blessings that come with sincerity, faith, and gratitude. Work hard, but remember that your provision is already written. True richness lies not in possessions, but in a heart that rests in the decree of its Creator. So let us walk away from this reminder with a renewed focus, not on chasing shadows, but on seeking the light. Let us use our wealth wisely, live with gratitude, and keep our trust firmly in Allah, who is the best of providers. Thank you, my dear brothers and sisters, for giving me your time and attention. May Allah bless your wealth with barakah, fill your hearts with contentment, and grant you both worldly ease and eternal success. Ameen.